we're right now in the process of updating our reserve study, and so we've discussed this with our reserve study specialist on how well it is holding up. And for us personally, we're going to be able in our update to take it out to 10 years useful life, which is amazing. So that will only lower our contributions that we have to put into the reserve even more, and thereby saving homeowners money. My name is Pennie, and I currently serve on the Anthem Highlands Board of Directors. We're a master association in the Anthem community in Henderson. I currently serve as secretary, but I have served in various positions, president, vice president, treasurer, over a period of maybe 6-7 years off and on since 2012. Our community is 1,647 homes. We have 11 neighborhoods. 3 of them are gated communities. I serve on the Earlstone Board of Directors as well as the master. So we, went and we did inspections of all the communities. We looked at our reserve study. We saw what we needed to get done, and one of the first things in the gated communities, because we really didn't have any history of any type of preservation treatments, and there was starting to, show a little bit of wear and some cracks and things like that. So that was our number one priority when I came on the board, was to get the asphalt, which is the biggest expense of the gated communities. It's 80% of their budgets. We wanted to make sure that nothing went wrong there and that we were preserving it according to the reserve study. The management company set out the proposals to the different vendors. We had no knowledge of anything when it came to asphalt. So we sent out the proposal for slurry. So when we received the proposal from Holbrook, we saw a product on there, which was the HA5. And we didn't know what that was. So we contacted our reserve study specialist and we said, hey, have you heard of this product? It's something different that's being offered to us, but what are your thoughts on it? And the reserve study specialist highly recommended the product. He said that, he thought that it was a good product and that's something that we should consider. So then we contacted the representatives Holbrook and asked a little bit more about that. At that point, the representative came and spoke with the board, gave us detailed information about the product. We were a little bit surprised to learn that the amount of useful life that we could get out of that product compared to a regular slurry, which was, probably 2 or 3 years. We were getting other proposals on, and maybe a 2-year warranty if we were lucky on the slurries, and Holbrook was giving a 5-year warranty at that time on this product. We felt confident based on our conversation with our reserve study specialist that it would probably get us to maybe 6 years, maybe 7 years. So we based our reserve study on that. And the thing about extending out your useful life on your reserve study, it eventually lowers your contribution. So it lowers the contributions that the homeowners have to make. So that's always a benefit. That's part of the whole fiscal responsibility part of that. But a lot of it mainly was too that we just knew that it was a better product, not having to be reapplied over and over again like a regular slurry. So we did get a lot of good feedback, mainly because I think the majority of the feedback from the community was the convenience of not having a slurry every 2 to 3 years. And it was, gosh, we can do this. It's a great product. We think that, based on, our own research and, discussing it with our professionals, that we feel that we cannot go back here and do this again, for at least maybe 6 or 7 years. And that was the hope the first time that we did it. First of all, my advice to any board is to educate yourself. Do not rely on, management companies and managers are very busy, and they're gonna, you're required to get your 3 bids, but when it comes to something that's this important, this is expensive, you need to educate yourself on the products and be involved in it. And just by doing that, you are going to be able to see the difference. So it's up to the boards to educate themselves. And when they do educate themselves, they're going to see there is a huge difference. One of the biggest expenses in the gated communities, of course, because they pay, for their own streets, to maintain their own streets, is the eventual asphalt overlay, which is at 30 years. By doing these preservation treatments and not the slurry treatments, you're extending out ultimately having to do that, and it's going to go beyond 30 years. And even our reserve study specialist, based on the condition of our roads and the fact that we're consistent in the preservation treatment and the type of treatment that we use, we're looking at, when we're updating our reserve study, going out to at least 45 years. I would. So I really believe in the product. It's been 8 years in a couple of our communities, and the seal is still great, and we're not even having to do that right now, and it's not even recommended to do it right now. So we might be able to actually extend that life to almost 10 years. So because it's really held up well.